So, the first thing we are gonna talk about is the 2026 mental health. Now, I know, yeah, we can give like a 2 minutes of sighs. Everybody is mentally messed up. Everybody is, I don't know with how many people this happens. Whenever I'm trying to get up in the morning, the first thing I deal with is within my head, there's like more than 100 tabs open, like, okay, I have to deal with this, I have to deal with that. And the point is, I have to deal with everything. So, thinking about all those random 100 tabs jumping from one to another, it's very easy to sleep off. And I kind of have this feeling every day, almost every day. This was the biggest issue of my 2025 days. Whenever I used to like open my eyes and I used to reconnect, like, okay, I have waken up another day, so I have to get this through. And then I was like, oh, I have to get this done, I have to get that done. And another feeling is like, okay, nobody's there to help me with these things because like I am feeling hungry, therefore I will have to get up, I will have to make the bed and clean up myself, brush the teeth, do the skincare, and then I have to go all the way downstairs in the kitchen, make the breakfast, and then I have to again come upstairs, and then finally I can have the food which I was like craving for when I was in the bed. So there were like so many steps which makes me stay in the bed for a more time. I don't know how many people you feel like this, but I'm sure I am not the only one. So here's the thing, here's the solution I have found after doing tons of searching online. How can I deal with this? And that solution will be keeping a journal beside your bed so that the next thing you get in your mind, like I have to do these things, write them down. Write them down one by one. So you are basically telling your brain that I have listed down everything and I do have accumulated everything, and that will tell your body, okay, now I can wake up because I have listed everything what I want to do on this day, on Monday, on Tuesday, and on Wednesday. I have planned everything. That is more realistic, and then you will actually wake up because you are able to connect to these lists now, because you will do one by another. So it's an easier thing, and the more early you can get up from bed rather than rotting and doom scrolling, the more you will be closer to the success, if that makes sense. So this is one solution. First topic is done. I have actually noted down the topics because I tend to like forget everything. So the next topics will be the mental struggle and the feeling of losing. So here's the thing, the next time you don't want to do anything or you feel like, oh, my life is already over. When I was dumped, I feel this every day whenever I am getting a negative impact on myself or I'm getting bad results with anything. I just feel like, oh, my life was done when I was 12 years. There is no way I can make the best of it. But I am alive for a reason. So think it in this way. It's very, very effective for me. The word is called revenge. Whenever I get the word in my mind, oh, they used to call me fat, they used to call me unsmart, they used to call me ugly, they used to call me useless, the myself, my inner self tells me automatically, you have to prove them wrong. You have to show them that they were laughing at you. Who are they? Who were they? Where are they? When I was in my 12 and I was a little healthier, a little chubby, and everybody used to call me a fat kid, a fat elephant, baby of elephant. Trust me on this thing. My friends used to call me sidekick of them because I was so out of skills. My parents didn't like me at all. The relatives used to tell me, oh, she eats way too much, because as a child, when we didn't have even playgrounds to play, what you can expect for entertainment? Eating, right? And why everybody is against so eating? Because there are children dying without the food. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. So if I get to eat or if I enjoy the food, what is wrong within that? Yeah, I was getting a little bit chubby, so showing concern is another thing, and then making fun of you, bullying you is another thing. And I was getting bullied by everyone. And even my best friend used to tell me, like, you are never gonna get a guy because you are like this, so fat, so ugly, so unsmart. So guys are never gonna flirt with you, they're never gonna look at you, they're never gonna approach you. Here I am. I am the model. I am the fashion model. I have been a fashion model since 8 years now. I am in data science. I am brainy. I am beautiful. I am hot because now everybody looks at me. They cannot just turn their eyes off anyway. Whenever somebody is passing through me, they're like, okay, they will look at me. And this is what I wanted. This is what I told myself when I was going to commit suicide because I felt so humiliated. And I suddenly thought, okay, let me make myself the best version, the best body ever, that even a kid will look at me and they will say, oh, she is cute. She is the diva. She is quite the body. Yes. So even your parents can bully you. I was bullied by my parents a lot. A lot. So even if I feel very unmotivated, because let's face it, it's 2026, the world is really chaotic, everything is going all together, and even I don't know what I want at the specific time. But I remind myself, my parents didn't believe me. They used to compare me with other kid, my friends, cousins. Like, she was so good in studies, he was so good in incoming. So I therefore remind myself that I have to do this. I will show them that their own child had this miracle or ability, I should say, to do this thing, and she is doing now. I tell myself that and I get up from the bed. That is the mental dealing. That is the mental dealing yourself with yourself. Yeah. I know it is really frustrating because when I'm saying this, it's really hard. I am 27 and it took me whole good 27 years to understand these things. I even don't know when I understood these things, but when randomly I was like taking a shower and when I was maybe sitting somewhere in the dark and suddenly my brain got like, oh, maybe I should do this because they called me fat, so I should go to gym. They called me ugly, so I should take care of myself. Now can you tell? Am I ugly? No, I look standard. I'm not saying I'm the prettiest girl in the world, but I know I look standard, okay, bare minimum, good. So nobody can call me an ugly person. Yeah, maybe I was an ugly back then in my childhood. It's just like people curse you of everything. They just do. And your parents can be your biggest enemies. Let me tell you that, and you have to trust me because that is my actual motive of making these videos. I'm sure someone like me who is 12 or 13 years old are dealing with this. If you're watching this YouTube video, please know I want to help you and I want to tell you that you're not ugly, you're just not working hard enough, or maybe you are not just believing in yourself. That's the point. You have to show them what you can do, what you are capable of. And you have to stop crying and you have to actually do the things. You will feel bad eventually. I still feel bad. I still have those childhood traumas. I still struggle mentally a lot. And the saddest part is nobody can understand how I felt unless someone was exactly in the same situation I dealt with. So if you are thinking of finishing yourself, don't. Please do not. You can get through this. If I could get through this, I used to be called as the sidekick. If I can be the main leader character of my life, you can do this.